evening and welcome. You're watching the 7 o'clock news on CNC3. I'm Ria Rambali.
I'm Ryan Bachu.
I am Jassi Maruk with sport.
And I'm Jama Krampasad with your weather.
Let's tell you what's making the news tonight. Police arrest 3 attempting to smuggle a drone and contraband into MSP. The top cop admits prisons remain a major concern.
Nationals denied re-entry during the pandemic, win appeal and are awarded compensation.
Popular breakfast shed shuttered under mounting debt, but Unicode says no eviction notices were served.
Coming up in sport,
it's definitely a wake-up call for us.
Understrength and inexperienced West Indies falls to the occasion, beaten by Nepal in 2.
Quite a few thunderstorms over Trinidad today with minor disruptions. I'll have the details in tonight's weather report.
3 men are in custody after they were caught attempting to smuggle contraband into the maximum security prison in Aruca via a drone.
The suspects were held approximately 50 meters outside the prison walls, where aerial drone equipment along with narcotics, communication devices and cigarettes. Police Commissioner Alistair Guevara saluted the officers involved in the exercise, and even as the operation was being conducted outside the prison, simultaneous searches within the MSP led to the recovery of further illicit items in multiple cells. Guevara admitted the prison continues to be a major point of concern for law enforcement as organized gangs and their leadership networks struggle to adapt to the dynamic precision of its intelligence-driven policing strategies. Meanwhile, President of the Prison Officers Association, Jared Gordon, is commending both the police and the prison service. However, he is calling on the authorities to take preventative measures to ensure there is no recurrence.
There are a number of countermeasures, technological countermeasures available. And, we want to encourage that these countermeasures be employed in the shortest possible time to ensure that we could continue to treat with this very, very devastating practice of utilizing drones to bring things into the prison. Simply because this drone and the operator and whoever else, they were held. What about those who are not held?
Some of the countermeasures being referred to are drone guns, geofencing and nets. Gordon said another concern rearing its head in the prisons is an increase in the smuggling of cocaine. The police service is now investigating the circumstances surrounding the death of an officer's mother.
SRP Russell Bidesi announced his resignation from the police service yesterday, upset over the manner in which his colleagues handle his mother's suspicious death. In a statement today, DCP Suzette Martin assured that the investigation will be carefully conducted and ensure justice is served. Martin also made it clear that the allegations expressed in Bidesi's social media videos are his personal views and not the position of the service. Noting that the officer is experiencing challenges compounded by personal grief, Martin says the TTPS has been actively providing welfare assistance and psychological support to him and his family. Meanwhile, the Police Service Social and Welfare Association will be contacting Bidesi this week.
Well, we don't know what the officer requires at this point in time. It will be a holistic, comprehensive engagement when our Central Committee and welfare officers get to him, and if need be, our executive members will also engage along those lines.
Bidesi expressed disgust over his colleagues' lack of response and investigation surrounding his mother's death and tendered his resignation. However, psychiatrist Dr. Varma Diyal Singh says the officer may have been acting out in grief.
We always try to tell persons, do not act hasty when you're in that position, because you may be acting out emotional or not logical. So I'm hoping that his letter of resignation is probably the Commissioner of Police might have to look at that and hold that and review it in case he changes his mind. And again, he would definitely need somebody to speak with, and therefore the counsel services that are offered.
Bidesi's mother, 57-year-old Sheila Wati Bidesi, was found dead at Clifton Hill on September 24th, one day after she went missing.
Bidesi has rejected the police's initial suspicion that she had taken her own life, insisting that his mother was murdered.
Two nationals who were blocked from entering the country during the pandemic won their appeal today and have been awarded compensation.
The women sued the state during the pandemic, claiming that their constitutional rights were breached by the government, failing to clearly state the criteria for re-entry. 3
appeal court judges agreed that the women's rights were breached and they should be compensated for the time they were kept out of the country. The women, Rihanna Lorick and Joanne Pantin, were represented by Senior Counsel Anand Ramlogan and Danelle Singh, while Senior Counsel Russell Martineau represented the state. The appeal court judges found there was a duty by the state to disclose a measure used to allow citizens back into the country. They ruled that the women's legal costs should also be borne by the state. Following the judgment, Ramlogan told CNC3 News it showed the inefficiencies in the then government's COVID policy, and he called for an investigation into how the pandemic was handled.
This judgment vindicates their rights by saying that the state treated them in an unjust and unfair manner in breach of their constitutional rights. There was no transparency by the government in how they approached the question of reopening the borders and who would get to come in first and how they would manage that process. It was shrouded in mystery, secrecy, and obscure, and it was very obscure. And it provided fertile soil for favoritism, political nepotism, and unfair and unjust treatment.
Ramlogan says the judgment shows that the handlers of the pandemic, former Health Minister Terence Dialsingh, former National Security Minister Stuart Young, and Chief Medical Officer Dr. Roshan Parasram, should all hang their heads in shame and disgust.
He adds that the women were treated unfairly and was thankful that the Court of Appeal agreed. In the capital, one of the city's most iconic food hubs has fallen silent.
The Breakfast Shed, a waterfront landmark for decades, has closed its doors under the weight of mountain debt. But tonight, we learned that Udicott never served any eviction notices.
Therese Polo and cameraman Timothy Shasto have more in this report.
Where there was once the clatter of pots and the aroma of local cuisine, only locked doors and silence remain. Security guards patrol the premises, while a handful of men admit they are skipping work to pass the time. For years, the shed has been a popular destination, but vendors have reportedly amassed more than $1.8 million in unpaid rent.
I think it is only reasonable and fair that we start expecting that the government cannot rent everything for free, and that when the government does enter into a lease or rental agreement, that there will be some payment made for the space that has been let from the government.
Udicott's chairman says while the situation is unfortunate, tenants earning an income from the waterfront stalls must contribute to the upkeep of the space.
As I say, we never evicted them, never. As far as it's concerned, come up with the money and you could continue renting. I can't say in terms of payment plan and so on, but the thing is, if people would have been paying their rent, we wouldn't have any people not paying their rent.
But former government minister Robert LaHunt, who once served on the board that approved the waterfront development, urged the state and civil society to step in. In a letter to the editor, he called the Breakfast Shed a cultural landmark and argued that its vendors, displaced by construction 2 decades ago, should have been guaranteed rent-free tenure for life. For some, the Breakfast Shed was a brief escape from office life, a place to sit by the sea and sip a cold drink. Others said they will miss the comfort and familiarity the shed provided. Not all memories were fond. Some complained of poor service and arguments among vendors. But one man suggested the real problem may have been economic.
The price they would have had to pay for these booths, to me, it was definitely high. I don't know if the government would have ever thought about subsidizing them.
And Mr. Stephen will miss the local meals.
Food that cooked, dasheen, cuckoo, fig, fish, stew fish, fry fish.
For now, the future of the Breakfast Shed remains unclear. Udicott says it will conduct a market scan before deciding what comes next. Doris Polo, CNC3 News.
And on the back of that story, we asked, do you feel support should be given to keep the Breakfast Shed open?
And this is what you had to tell us.
The People Say, brought to you by Excel Health TT, the official supplement of the CPL.
I believe they should find a way to resolve all the issues and work with the vendors. Because some of these vendors, they would have been impacted by the pandemic and so forth. So, and a lot of revenue was lost there.
They could have been given a chance even to dismiss that bill and start all over again. That would have been nice. I mean, because they are playing a part.
Well, I think they provide a essential service as well, and you know, it's a golden opportunity for us to review our culinary services in terms of cuisine and the food that is offered. I think there's room for dialogue, absolutely, and how we position Trinidad and Tobago as a destination for food and sharing what we do as Trinbagonians.
Yeah, support should be given to them. I think so.
Supposed to be utilizing the facilities there. Go across there to buy food. Instead of having Subway, you have this there, you have that. They're supposed to be heading across there.
The People Say, brought to you by Excel Health TT, the official supplement of the CPL.
Still to come in the news, Chief Secretary Defense having 2 tourism secretaries saying it's not illegal.
The future of CPEP, URP and the forestry programs to be unveiled in the upcoming budget.
Coming up in sport, Northside Stars lift this year's North Zone T20 Festival title.
At Bagwansing's, Port of Spain and Chagonas, we are committed to providing quality products for all major building projects. Let's build together with rebars and beams, BRC coils and mats, RHS and angles, roofing sheets and purlins, lumber, plywood and MDF. Bagwansing's, building homes, building communities, building TNT for over 60 years. Bagwansing's, Port of Spain and Chagonas, building value every day.
Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar and her ministerial delegation are currently in Washington, D.C. to meet with U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio. The meeting is scheduled to take place tomorrow.
In a video posted to Facebook, the Prime Minister outlined key aspects of the planned meeting, among them the tariffs imposed against this country by the Donald Trump administration.
When we get there, several areas of mutual interest to be discussed. Chief among those have to do with national security and safety. That's priority 1 on our discussion list. Thereafter, energy security is vital to us as well, with respect to the hydrocarbon resources that lie in our waters and on land. We have also secured Minister Soba's meeting with the United States Trade Representative Office. For the United States Trade Representative Office, in addition to Chief Secretary, in addition to Secretary Rubio, Trade Aspect of it, where we want to discuss the tariffs to see how best we can make that work for us.
She said this meeting with the United States is even more important than previous occasions, given the need to secure this country's economic, energy, and national security. And the Prime Minister maintains that her differing stance from some CARICOM leaders on the U.S. military's presence in the Caribbean has not caused tension between Trinidad and Tobago and the regional bloc.
Meanwhile, Minister of Foreign and CARICOM Affairs Sean Sobers added that her lack of bilateral talks with CARICOM counterparts during the UN General Assembly was due to scheduling constraints and not strained relations.
Akash Samaru and Neil Romain are at the UN headquarters in New York.
A very good evening, everyone. Well, the Prime Minister is no longer in New York. Kamala Persad-Bissessar is now at the seat of power in the U.S., Washington, D.C., where she will be meeting with U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio tomorrow for what she described as a Trinidad and Tobago first agenda. Now, the Prime Minister, who came in on Friday at around midnight, would have had some busy days, meeting with Kuwait, the United Arab Emirates, the UN Secretary General, and, of course, her address at the UN General Assembly. Now, you'd notice that nowhere there was any meeting with any CARICOM CARICOM leaders. We were told that there was supposed to be one with Jamaica last Friday, but that did not happen. Foreign Affairs Minister Sean Sobers has attributed that to scheduling constraints rather than any diplomatic tensions. Now, remember in the Prime Minister's remarks at the UNGA, Prasad Bisesa diverged from several CARICOM leaders who expressed concern with the heightened tension in the region caused by the presence of U.S. military assets near Venezuela. Instead, she voiced support for the U.S. presence, arguing that the long-held notion of the Caribbean as a zone of peace was misleading. But Minister Sobers said bilateral meetings were pre-planned, and therefore the Prime Minister's address to the UNGA on Friday could not have impacted on whether or not there was a willingness to meet with TNT. And that position was strengthened by the Prime Minister, who told us before she left today that she's not aware of any tensions. Prasad Bisesa said each CARICOM nation is a sovereign democratic state, and they can respectfully agree to disagree. Also communicating briefly with CNC3 News via WhatsApp, Antigua and Barbuda Prime Minister Gaston Brown said he welcomes Prasad Bisesa's differing view. PM Brown wrote, "To each his own. We respect diversity of views." Now, we tried to get other regional leaders as well, particularly over the last few days, but that's a bit of a challenge here due to security constraints. And while there are a lot of Trinbagonian security officers here who were very accommodating to us, access was still limited. Well, that's it from us. We hope you all enjoyed the coverage over the last few days. Cameraman Neil Romain and I are back on Tuesday. So for the final time on this trip, Akash Samaru, CNC3 News, UN headquarters in New York.
All right, thank you very much for your coverage, Akash. Excellent coverage at that between you and Neil. Now, Chief Secretary Fali Augustine is defending his decision to have 2 secretaries in the Tourism Division, insisting he has done nothing wrong. Augustine said the THA Act gives him the power to reassign or split responsibilities among secretaries and that his actions are within the law. 2 weeks ago, Augustine assigned Education Secretary Zorisha Hackett to serve as a secretary with Tashia Boris in the Tourism Division. Former Chief Secretary Ansel Dennis accused Augustine of breaking the law, but the Chief Secretary dared Dennis to bring a legal challenge.
I assigned and reassigned the duties as I deemed it necessary for ensuring the proper functioning of the Tobago House of Assembly. And that is my right in law. There is nothing illegal about that.
The Chief Secretary said he is also authorized to split duties within a division and reassign them to another secretary, adding that it is an administrative issue and not a legal one.
So essentially, as it now stands, Secretary Hackett has responsibility for duties for education, for research, for technology, for antiquities and culture. Secretary Boris has responsibilities for tourism, and she has responsibilities for transportation.
In response, Minority Leader Kelvin Morris said this is Augustine's indirect admission of Boris's inability to manage her own division. PDP leader Watson Duke maintains the move is illegal. He promises to take action. Meanwhile, attempts to reach Tashia Boris on the split were futile.
Plans on how the government will move forward with CPEP, URP and reforestation programs will be revealed in the upcoming budget. Since June, government has terminated CPEP contracts, fired thousands of forestry workers and suspended URP, claiming corruption in all 3 make-work programs. Minister of Rural Development and Local Government Khadija Amin was asked today when these programs could be restarted.
I am certain you'll hear more of that in the budget and as we roll out the new programs. URP falls directly under Ministry of Local Government now. CPEP is in Public Utilities. Reforestation is in the Ministry of Agriculture. But what I can tell you in URP, what we are doing now, we are doing audits, we are doing investigations, we are in the process of providing people with their termination letters, and that process will continue to make us ready for the new financial when we go in with the new structure.
She was speaking at a tour of the Mount Dore booster station where WASA has committed to procuring a new pump to increase water supply in that area. It is estimated to help hundreds of residents in the next 6 weeks. The current booster station has been down for the last 3 years.
In tonight's Business Watch, one of the country's largest business groups, Agostini, admits foreign exchange challenges have prompted changes in its local operations and business strategy.
Meanwhile, Rams Logistics is up for an international honor. Peter Christopher tells us more.
Despite operating some of the biggest chains in Trinidad and Tobago and overseeing expansion plans, Director of New Business Development for the Agostini Group, Jaluk Mute, admits that navigating the foreign exchange situation remains a challenge. Speaking with Business Watch at the launch of Presto Fresh Barista Brewed Coffee Experience at its branch in Aranguez, Mute says the situation has pushed the brand to explore more local options.
Just like anybody else, it continues to be difficult. It's going to continue to be difficult. It's not easy. Just like anybody else, we navigate it as best as we can. This store in particular, the idea behind the store is to support local as much as we can. So all of our products are bought through local vendors. We don't really import anything at all. Even our produce and everything, we try and source as much local as we can.
Mute says today's launch is the rollout of a plan being developed since Presto's partnership and acquisition of Linda's Bakery last year, which will see an evolution not in just those brands, but Superfarm as well.
We finally developed the concept and we're ready to launch it. So this is the first store that will have the new concept, and then it will roll out to all the other Linda's stores that we took over about, I'd say, a year and a half ago, as well as our Presto Market stores, as well as we are now creating an elevated Superfarm store, which you're going to see in South Park, which is a Superfarm with a Presto inside of it.
Mute says the development of this concept has seen an investment within the range of $10 to $20 million, as the Presto stores will move away from self-service coffee machines to a full barista service. TNT company Rams Logistics has been shortlisted for the 2025 Breakbulk Awards. The company's AI platform, Maui, has been named as a finalist in the Best Logistics Strategy for an Energy Product. Maui, a generative AI solution for customs brokerage, was earlier this year named as the Innovation and Technology Challenge winner at the 2025 Energy Conference. The Breakbulk Awards will take place on Thursday, October 2nd in Houston, Texas, during Breakbulk Americas. And now for a look at today's energy and foreign exchange prices. Peter Christopher, CNC3 Business Watch.
Let's check in with Jean-Marc to see what's coming up in the weather.
We had a mixed start to the day with a few light to moderate showers across both islands. Thunderstorms then developed over Trinidad and continued well into the afternoon, leaving behind cloudy conditions over most areas. I'll let you know what we can expect for the rest of the week, coming up just after the break.
Something new has been growing, and it's now ready for you to pick. Fresh. Taste the Bruta freshness. Pick the fresh new 200 ml size today. Live Brutiful.
Listen, haven't you heard?
Marriage Westside Supermarket is having
an extravagant sale.
That's extravagant news.
Visit us Maharaj Supermarket, located at the corner of King and Rupert Street, Sarima, and also Jumbo Foods, situated at 119 to 121 Eastern Main Tower, and save big.
Manage inflammation with Omega XL, a one-of-a-kind, powerful, natural anti-inflammatory supplement that has helped millions find relief from their pain, just like world-renowned cricketer Kyron Pollard.
I've been playing cricket for most of my life, and I don't know what it feels like to wake up and not be sore.
Work hard and play hard with Omega XL, just like world-renowned cricketer Dwayne Bravo.
Don't wait until it's too late. Take care of yourself, take care of your health with Omega XL.
Live healthy, stay strong with Omega XL. Visit your local pharmacy or health food store today.
It's a beautiful day at the Oval. And opening the bowling from the Palm Grove end is Sean Bishop. And here he comes charging in. Right arm over the wicket. Powell takes a huge swing. Richardson is under it. Whoa! That was a spectacular catch. Big things ahead for this new crop of youngsters. The future is bright.
Do you also find putting on shoes awkward? Do it like me. Put them on easily without using your hands. It's like an invisible shoehorn helping you step right into the shoe. You don't even have to bend down. Just slide your foot in and you're done. Try it. Skechers Slip. Hands free.
At CTS College Private Secondary School, we understand that every student learns differently. This is why we provide them with the freedom to choose their ideal workload. With full-time and part-time classes delivered face-to-face and online, and dedicated teachers to help them reach their academic goals. We also provide regular updates to students and parents. Plus, we have affordable rates and flexible payment terms. Enroll today at CTS College.
Millions of people are attacked by harmful mouth bacteria. The root cause of bad breath, gum problems, cavities, plaque, and tartar. That's why Colgate combined the best science and technology in Colgate Total. Unlike others, its superior formula fights bacteria and creates a powerful protective barrier for up to 24 hours to prevent them from coming back. Take control of your oral health with Colgate Total.
Don't let Forex limits take the fun out of your shopping. At TriniRetail.com, you can buy international goods and pay immediately in TT dollars using a credit card, links, or even cash on delivery. Shop online at TriniRetail.com from the comfort of your home and choose from thousands of exclusive items you won't find in local stores. Kitchen essentials, home decor, appliances, electronics, and more. Enjoy fast delivery within 48 hours or convenient pickup at our Central Collection Center located next to Extra Foods and Denver. With our 3D secure payment gateway, every purchase on TriniRetail.com is safe. And you'll earn cashback rewards on every order. So, relax, click and save. Shop global and pay local. Visit TriniRetail.com today and shop without limits.
Food Basket. Food Basket, nation's #1 supermarket. Bakery, restaurant, meat market, fresh producers, everything fantastic. For everyday low price, things real nice. Come in once, but to come back twice. Wholesale retail, everything for you. Rima, Shagwana, Shafle, Glowview. Food Basket, the nation's #1 supermarket. Bakery, restaurant, meat market, fresh producers, everything fantastic. Food Basket.
Marketplace Chanfleur, where shopping is a pleasure and the price is right.
John Marks here, and I took a walk into the city today. Sweltering heat, by the way. By the time I returned to the office and looked out the window, pouring rain.
Well, that's actually usually characteristic of September or the second half of the rainy season. You know, we get that bipolar weather. Hot and sunny conditions, then showers develop rapidly and even into thunderstorms. So let's take a look at the satellite. Now, there's not much to our east at the moment, with just one tropical wave out in the central Atlantic Ocean. But similar to the last few weeks, the most intense activity is expected to track east-northeastward to the islands just north of us, but a bit away from us. So mostly localized conditions are expected to dominate this week. Now checking in on Hurricane Humberto, it's not expected to directly impact any landmass, as its forecast track takes it between the U.S. East Coast and Bermuda. After peaking at Category 5 strength on Saturday night, it slightly weakened but maintained a dangerous Category 4 strength over the last 2 days. Now looking at Imelda, which is right next to it, there was some uncertainty with this one over the weekend, as early predictions had a U.S. East Coast landfall, but as Imelda strengthened to a tropical storm, the track shifted completely and now has Bermuda in its sights, indicated with this yellow arrow. Now Imelda is expected to strengthen to a hurricane soon, and Bermuda is already under a hurricane watch, as it's expected there late on Wednesday night. Now here's something interesting. The paths of Imelda and Humberto are expected to cross not once but twice this week, also indicated by the yellow arrows here and here. Now if both of these storms manage to maintain their respective strengths throughout the week, it will make for a really interesting satellite loop over the entire week, which I will share with you later on. Now back home, partly cloudy conditions with isolated showers can be expected tonight. Low temperatures are expected to get down to 24 in Trinidad and 26 in Tobago. Tomorrow we can expect somewhat similar conditions to what we experienced today, with a mostly sunny morning, followed by heavier showers developing around midday. Now the thunderstorms are likely to favor the late morning into the afternoon and over Trinidad. Remember, street flooding is always possible when there are thunderstorms in the forecast, but conditions are expected to settle by the evening. Sea conditions are slight, with waves in open waters up to 1.2 meters and calm to smooth in sheltered areas. Winds are expected to be out of the east at around 10 knots. Now looking ahead, tomorrow has the highest chance of rainfall for the week, so those afternoon showers and the isolated thunderstorm will tend to be a bit more sparse from Wednesday through Saturday. Thursday so far is shaping up to be the driest day of the week, and it's expected to be mostly sunny with just 1 or 2 showers.
All right, thank you so much, John Mark. Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
Food Basket. Food Basket, nation's #1 supermarket. Bakery, restaurant, meat market, fresh producers, everything fantastic. For everyday low price, things real nice. Come in once, but to come back twice. Wholesale, retail, everything for you. A real you wanna shop for confused. Food Basket, the nation's #1 supermarket. Bakery, restaurant, meat market, fresh producers, everything fantastic.
Food Basket, Hypermarket Arima, where shopping is a pleasure and the price is right.
Flooring is serious business. Why take a chance? It's not a small spend, so why waste time? No doubt, CW Interiors has the widest selection of flooring. Not 1 or even 2, but 7 different collections. Superior quality at the most competitive prices. Excellent warranties. Don't be fooled. Buy with confidence from CW Interiors, making quality affordable for over 45 years.
For those who try Omega XL and they say it didn't work, try it again.
Whatsoever I was using, this Omega is the best.
Remember, you deserve the best. Choose Omega XL, a supplement that I can assure you is committed to helping you live a long life and a strong life.
Live long, stay strong
with Omega XL.
Available nationwide. Visit your local pharmacy or health food store today.
In sacred moments, only the finest will do. Gold medal ghee. Pure ghee, pure devotion. Taste the gold medal difference today.
Protection that moves to your beat. Protect your home with Armor Security. With 24/7 monitoring, instant alerts, motion sensors, and rapid response, you and your loved ones stay protected day and night. Sign up for the Protector or Commander package today and get a free security camera and installation. Armor Security, powered by Flow, in partnership with All Pro Security. We keep your rhythm flowing. Visit us in-store or online at discoverflow.co for more details.
Get the best at Southern Food Basket. Broccoli, $17.95 per pound. Carrots, 3 packs for $19.95. Iceberg lettuce, $19.95 each. Chicken breast tenders, 5 pounds for $149.95. Chicken wings, 1 kg, $34.95. Swiss pasta cuts, 300 grams, 4 for $19.95. Coke, Fanta, Schweppes, Sprite, 2 liters, 2 for $19.95. Available at Southern Food Basket at St. Charles Village, Princestown, SS Aaron Road, Pinal, Southern Main Road, Point Fortin, Coffee Street, San Fernando.
Richmond Park for the home that is uniquely you. Choose your own contemporary design, including 2-story homes that suits your lifestyle. Enjoy family walks in our pet-friendly spacious community with scenic views of the Northern Range. Choose your own parcel of land and create your own dream home, including fixtures, fittings, and aesthetics that define who you are. Richmond Park, where home isn't just a place, it's a feeling. Madras Road, Canopia, Airport, and shopping centers nearby. Call 355-7703.
Mega month-end savings is on at Passad the Food King. Get instant savings on Gala snack apples 10 for $20. Bananas just $5.99 per pound. Idaho potatoes 5 pounds now $19.99. Flavorite ice cream assorted 3.2 liters now $44.99. Imperial margarine 2x1 13.5 grams 3 boxes now $20. Swirl dishwashing liquid, fabric softener and liquid laundry detergent 5 liters 4 bottles now $100. Ibis all-purpose flour 2 kg 2 packs now $30. Chicken wings now only $10 per pound. Soft and pretty paper towel 3 pack 2 packs now $25. Santa Rosa chicken Vienna sausage 4 tins now $20. Lotus soybean oil 3 liters now $49.99. Swiss tomato ketchup 750 ml 3 packs now $20. Sierra chicken franks 340 grams 3 packs now $25. Oba macaroni and spaghetti 300 grams 4 packs now $20. Fruit Cool Kids juice 200 ml 8 packs now $20. But hurry, these deals end October 6th or while stocks last.
Quality value, that's our way. The real Bushside, we're here to stay. The Food King.
Some news just coming in. Missing Shikwana school teacher and financial consultant Komal Maharaj, who was reported missing on Friday, has been found alive.
Police have confirmed that Maharaj was found at the Touchdown Hotel in St. Helena this evening.
A close female relative also confirmed to Guardian Media that Maharaj was found alive and well. Further details, however, were not immediately available. Maharaj's wife had reported him missing on Friday after telling her that he was going to the Arangwes Hindu school to teach music lessons that afternoon. Maharaj had also been reported missing in July last year and told police that he spent 14 days in captivity before being reunited with his family in August.
It's now time for sport. Jassy, what do you have for us?
Thank you, Ryan. After the break, former Soca Warriors head coach Angus Eve gets a new assignment. We'll tell you what. And a sample of highlights from Headline's unique combat sport hybrid. Stick around, sport is next.
Get the best at Southern Food Basket. Gala apples, 10 for $20. Garlic, $9.95 per pound. Lentils, 2 pounds, $13.95. Split peas, 2 pounds, $7.95. No-name bathroom tissue, 24s, 2 bales, $89.95. Fiesta peas and carrots, 3 for $19.95. Fiesta dry pigeon peas, 3 for $23.95. Richport oil, 3 liters, $39.95. Available at Southern Food Basket at St. Charles Village, Princestown, SS Erin Road, Pinal, Southern Main Road, Point Fortin, Coffee Street, San Fernando.
Get the best in affordable eyewear. Frames with blue filter lenses and eye exam, $399. Single vision lenses with transitions on designer frames, $799. Progressive transitions with designer frames, $1,399. Happening only at Seaview Optical. Affordable eye care for everyone.
People come to me and they say they get discomfort when they have ice cream. Sensodyne gives you long-lasting protections against sensitivity. I recommend Sensodyne because it works. It's brilliant.
Food Basket. Food Basket, nation's #1 supermarket. Bakery, restaurant, meat market, fresh producers, everything fantastic. For everyday low price, things real nice. Come in once, but to come back twice. Wholesale, retail, everything for you. Arima, Shagwana, Shafle, Gulfview. Food Basket, the nation's #1 supermarket. Bakery, restaurant, meat market, fresh producers, everything fantastic.
Food Basket, Marketplace Shagwanas, where shopping is a pleasure and the price is right.
It's finally here, the Alex Stores India Expo Grand Sale. Discover the best of India all under one roof with bigger deals than ever before. Brides-to-be, step into your dream look with our exclusive collection of bridal wear, lehengas and dazzling saris, all at special expo prices. Bring devotion and beauty home with our wide range of divine murtis now on sale. Plus, explore stunning home decor, elegant furnishings, and stylish furniture at unbeatable prices. Save, shop, and celebrate all in one place. Visit us at any of our 2 locations. Endeavour Chagonas next to Extra Plaza and Lalto Trace Pinal.
Would you recommend this product to younger people?
Age doesn't really matter. So I think if I was 17, 18 and I get introduced to these products, I would maybe be Superman. So
more Superman.
More Superman.
Absolutely outstanding.
Recession have you down? Don't lose hope. Head on down to Tire Clinic for the recession deals. Big savings with our road hazard warranty on Dunlop 2021 Falcon tires. Available at Tire Clinic, Cuba, Chaguanas, and Pleasance Park. Tire Clinic, a tire for every need. Call 636-8973 or 636-2958. Chic Leisure Limited, the Caribbean's largest manufacturers of plain and printed paper bags. Leaders in plastic bags, vermicelli, split piece powder, and greaseproof paper. Ideal for doubles, french fries, and sandwiches. Supplying stores nationwide. For quality products, trust Chic Leisure Limited, 665-3336.
Get the best at Southern Food Basket. Broccoli, $17.95 per pound. Carrots, 3 packs for $19.95. Iceberg lettuce, $19.95 each. Chicken breast tenders, 5 pounds for $149.95. Chicken wings, 1 kg, $34.95. Swiss pasta cuts, 300 grams, 4 for $19.95. Coke, Fanta, Schweppes, Sprite, 2 liters, 2 for $19.95. Available at Southern Food Basket at St. John's Village, Princestown, SS Erin Road, Pinal, Southern Main Road, Point Fortin, Coffee Street, San Fernando.
Welcome to Holiday Inn Express and Suites.
It's an choice, this is.
Hi.
You want some coffee?
Can I have a
Perfect fit.
That's exactly what we need.
Hey, who is this way?
Whatever you're here for, we're here for you. Stay smart at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites.
Welcome back. It's time for sport now. Asif Sheikh and Sundeep Johra scored maiden T20 50s today, forming the foundation of Nepal's historic first-ever series win over an ICC full-member nation. Ian Wason watched the West Indies team's latest blunder, a 90-run defeat to surrender the Unity Cup series in Sharjah with 1 match to go.
Nepal chose to bat first, but the West Indies bowlers had the better start. Skipper Akil Hussain getting the wickets of Kushal Bertel and Rohit Pawadel as Nepal slipped to 14 for 2 and Hussain finished with 2 for 21. Man of the match Asif Sheikh counter-attacked with this 4 to provide some resistance, but good fielding accounted for the wicket of Kushal Mala via the run-out route. Nepal 43 for 3. That brought in Sundeep Johra to join Sheikh in tormenting an understrength and inexperienced West Indies attack. Sheikh's 50 from 34 balls was his first against an ICC full-member nation. Johra went after the same milestone with purpose.
Full swing of the bat, the ball has gone very high.
He too brought up his first 50 against a full-member team.
First against the West Indies for him.
They formed a 100-run partnership before Johra was given his marching orders.
I think he might have held out.
Kyle Mayers took 2 wickets in the back end of the innings as Nepal closed on 173 for 6. It was a challenge Hussain's men were not up for. They lost Joel Andrew and Casey Carty with only 5 runs on the board. Then in the 8th over, Kyle Mayers departed at 23 for 3. Anoki Mogisa's wicket condemned the West Indies to 38 for 4 before Jason Hooler joined Amar Jangu and featured in a 25-run partnership, the best of the innings. But Nepal's Mohammad Adil Alam removed Jangu as one of his 4 for 24. And the West Indies lost their last 5 for just 9 runs. Bowled out for 83 in the 18th over to lose by 90 runs.
It's definitely a wake-up call for them. It's definitely a wake-up call for us. When we come together as a team, you know, it's not just singling out individuals, you know. When you have these sort of challenges put in front of you, it takes a huge effort from all the players to get over the line.
Nepal takes a series-winning 2-0 lead with Game 3 on Tuesday. Ian Wason, CNC3 Sport.
Meanwhile, the West Indies test match team in India preparing for Thursday's first match has been dealt another blow. Already without Shamar Joseph, who is injured, they have now lost Alzari Joseph, ruled out of the series with a lower back injury. Joseph complained about discomfort and scans revealed a degeneration of the previously resolved issue. Left arm seamer Jediah Blades has been called in to join the team after the completion of the T20 series against Nepal, after Jason Holder, who is also in the T20 team, declined selection. Meanwhile, Trinidad and Tobago left-arm orthodox spinner Kari Pear is looking forward to a potential test match debut in India, saying there is no bigger stage.
I think as a cricketer, there's no other version of the game that they want to play than Test cricket. It's a great honor for me actually to play to make my debut, to get the first call, and hopefully make my debut. And as I said before, it's just a great honor, and to represent the people of the West Indies, and I would always want to represent that badge.
All right, let's bring the focus back home now. Northside Stars beat Glenora Cricket Club by 7 wickets to claim the North Zone T20 Festival title on Sunday. Kyle Ramdu was everywhere, sparking Northside to a title win at the Diego Martin Regional Sports Complex. Ian Wason reports.
Glenora found themselves at 8 for 2 after being sent into bat by Northside Stars. Guest player Leonardo Julian, one of Kendall Guerra's 2 early wickets. Another guest player, Mikel Govaya, made 21 with 3 fours, but he departed at 37 for 3 in the 8th over.
This could be the end of Govaya.
Glenora skipper Kenroy Williams came in and hit 3 fours and 3 sixes during his 51. But Trevor Padilla struck with back-to-back deliveries and finished with 3 for 17 from 4 miserly overs. Wickets continue to tumble, with Kyle Ramdu taking 2 wickets in the confusion. Glenora closed on 121 for 9 from their 20 overs. In response, Northside made light work of their target, although they lost guest player Jesse Sukwa for 15. A 60-run partnership between Ramdu and Kwesi Fornelia formed the backbone. Ramdu made an unbeaten 55 with 2 sixes, and Fornelia hit 2 sixes in his 44. Northside Stars reached 124 for 3 in 15 overs to win by 7 wickets, taking the North Zone T20 trophy. Ian Wason, CNC3 Sport.
Football news now. Angus Eve is set to re-enter this country's drive to qualify for a FIFA World Cup, only this time with the senior national women's team. According to Trinidad and Tobago Football Association President Kieran Edwards, Eve and his new assistant Denzel Theobald were appointed last week.
Following an open call for overseas-based women footballers to get in touch with the TTFA and louder concerns over the team's inactivity since the CONCACAF Women's Championship in 2022, a new technical team has already begun working on putting the program back together. On Friday, the TTFA chose former senior men's national head coach and current Club Sando women's and Naparima College head coach Angus Eve for the job. He will have as his deputy under 15 boys head coach Denzel Theobald, who left Defence Force job in July. Now both will be employed with one project in mind.
So the period as qualification, Women's World Cup when we were eliminated, so it will be on a short-term basis. It's for the campaign. Similar to the men, it's for the campaign, the World Cup campaign.
Eve was removed from the senior men's team post on July 31st, 2024 by the current administration. However, when asked about his suitability for the women's head coach post, Edwards immediately gave his endorsement of Eve's capability.
He's the winning head coach of our first ever 6-month-long women's league. He's the champion coach of women's football in Trinidad and Tobago.
The pair of Eve and Theobald will have a tight window in which to prepare as CONCACAF qualifiers for the Brazil 2027 World Cup and 2028 Olympics begin in November. Trinidad and Tobago has been drawn opposite El Salvador, Honduras and Barbados in Group F. The 6 group winners will join the United States, Canada in the 5-round knockout-style CONCACAF Women's Championship. Caston Cupid, CNC3 Sport.
All right, now Saturday's multi-combat sport card, the headliner combat sport card, featured a unique mix of boxing, kickboxing and stick fighting. While Olympic hopeful Tiana Guy's win in the feature bout was the talk of the weekend, there was plenty of action to witness on this historic night. Bout 4 on the headliner undercard pit Darnell Senasui wearing cane rose against Olujimi Bradshaw in a lightweight context. As the fight wore on, Senasui found his way past Bradshaw's defenses and just before the round was over, found success with another sweep to his opponent's legs. Third round now and backed into a corner, Bradshaw sought to fight his way out, but Senasui had his measure. Bradshaw touched the canvas a third time as Sinasri remained in control, and another flurry left Bradshaw dazed. In the end, there was little doubt who was the victor. A light welterweight bout between TNT's Donnell Phillip and Venezuela's Angel Hernandez preceded the main boxing event. Phillip came into his own early against his aggressive neighbor in the first round and kept up the pressure in the second. Although the Venezuelan roared back in the third stanza, Phillip didn't back down and eventually won by unanimous decision. The ring morphed into a Gael as Boamen, Glenn Nana Bridgelal and Kieran Sweets Fleming took center stage. A gut-wrenching display of skill and aggression kept the audience intrigued, Sweets looking to sour Nana's evening, sending him to the mat. Both had to be wary of the other, but it didn't stop them from looking for their opening. But Nana struck his opponent on the hand, forcing Sweets to retire. A headliner of a different arena was also ringside for the evening's affair, as a storied stick-fighting rivalry between Daniel Barclay and Anderson Marcano formed the calendar headliner. It was evident these two had a personal and had to be watched closely. Both gave as good as they got without much care for their own personal safety, and when Marcano could no longer compete, Barclay won the title of King of the Ring. His biggest supporter making it to his side to celebrate another victorious chapter of a long-standing feud. In other results, Che McDonald, Zachary Gonzalez and Joshua James were also all victorious on a night of exciting combat sport. Trinidad and Tobago Olympian in the sport of shooting, Roger Daniel, was back to international competition on the weekend after an 8-year layoff. Daniel delivered a champion performance at the El Salvador's Sports Shooting Championship, which was a CAC Games qualifier. He won the men's 10-meter air pistol event, securing direct qualification for the CAC Games in Santo Domingo 2026. Congratulations to him. Well, for our sport high tonight, it comes from French football. Enjoy.
Red Star FC's Giovanni Haag, like Giovanni Haag, for your precision and panache. You earn tonight's CNC3 Sport High.
All right, that's it from me with Sport, guys.
Thank you so much, Jassy. Let's take a break. Stay with us right here on CNC3.
Get the best at Southern Food Basket. Gala apples, 10 for $20. Garlic, $9.95 per pound. Lentils, 2 pounds, $13.95. Split peas, 2 pounds, $7.95. No-name bathroom tissue, 24s, 2 bales, $89.95. Fiesta peas and carrots, 3 for $19.95. Fiesta dry pigeon peas, 3 for $23.95. Richport oil, 3 liters, $39.95. Available at Southern Food Basket at St. Charles Village, Princetown, SS Erin Road, Pinal, Southern Main Road, Point Fortin, Coffee Street, San Fernando.
Dress like you mean business. At The Working Woman, we bring you stylish, professional looks made for the modern woman. From casual to formal workwear, we've got your professional wardrobe covered.
Feeling off balance? Your body might be missing AMPK. It's your natural reset, regulating how your body stores fat and processes sugar. Berberine Plus activates AMPK, helping your cells use energy better, reduce fat, and keep sugar levels in check. Berberine Plus, now at Pennywise and leading pharmacies nationwide.
Plumbing problems? Don't guess. Call Plumbing Solutions at 628-4646. Proud to be serving Trinidad and Tobago for over 20 years. We do it all. Maintenance and repairs, new construction, sewer lines, inspection, drain cleaning, leak detection. We are licensed and insured. So call Plumbing Solutions at 628-4646.
Flooring is serious business. Why take a chance? It's not a small spend, so why waste time? No doubt, CW Interiors has the widest selection of flooring. Not 1 or even 2, but 7 different collections. Superior quality at the most competitive prices. Excellent warranties. Don't be fooled. Buy with confidence from CW Interiors, making quality affordable for over 45 years.
Whether you're an athlete, a business professional, or simply someone who values their health, Omega XL can empower you to keep doing what you love. Don't let joint discomfort hold you back.
Live long, stay strong with the XL brand.
Muscle Russell.
Like the flag she joyfully waved on stage, emotions rose and swayed at the funeral of cultural icon Valerie Green, widow of the late Lord Kitchener.
Angelo Jedediah tells us how she was remembered.
A cultural icon in her own right, and the inspiration behind late Calypsonian icon Lord Kitchener's biggest hits, such as Sugar Boom Boom and Flag Woman. Valerie Green is being remembered for her beauty, joy, and strength. On Monday, the pews at St. Finbar's RC Church in Diego Martin were filled with family, friends, and members of the cultural fraternity who gathered to honor the iconic dancer. Green passed away on September 19th after experiencing shortness of breath. While her children have since raised concerns of alleged malpractice, the homegoing service focused entirely on Green's life, celebrating her as the mother of mothers. This was evident as her son Colonel Roberts emotionally recounted the long and brutal legal battle over Lord Kitchener's Reinorama mansion, a property that rightfully belonged to Green as well, which she has turned into a museum to honor her late husband.
They then went on to build Reinorama Palace together, the house where my siblings and I still reside up to this God-given day. May I add, there was a legal battle for Reinorama. She endured a 23-year court case to restore Reinorama back to her name for her children, whom she did every and anything for. Thanking God, he kept her alive long enough to see the injustice did to her corrected.
The room was filled with musical icons such as Destra Garcia, Marshall Montano, and Farmer Nappy, a testament to the deep significance local music held in Green's life, with even the officiating priest delivering part of his homily in the form of an extempo.
The priest may throw me out after this anchor verse, but I want you to hear what I'm about to disperse. Sugar boom is all I could say in church. God made Valerie with attributes we cannot reproach. Made in his image and likeness, we make that claim. Valerie was true beauty and not only in name.
And Deacon Derek Walcott went on to encourage those in grief to wave like Valerie Green did, with faith, joy, and laughter in our hearts. Angelo Jedediah, CNC3 News.
Regionally, Grenada's government has announced important changes to the Cuban workers program following a request from the United States to review the arrangement. After high-level talks, Grenada and Cuba agreed that all Cuban professionals would now work under conditions equal to those of their Grenadian counterparts. The reforms follow U.S. pressure and visa restrictions on officials connected to the Cuban Medical Mission Scheme, which Washington claims exploits its medical workers.
And internationally, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu argued today that the Palestinian Authority cannot have a role in the future governance of Gaza without a radical transformation. At a joint press conference with U.S. President Donald Trump, Netanyahu said the vast majority of Israelis have no faith in the authority to change. He stated the new U.S. peace plan offers a more realistic path where Gaza will be administered neither by Hamas nor the current PA, but by by a new, genuinely peace-committed body. The plan calls for a transitional government while the PA completes a reform program, after which a pathway to Palestinian statehood may be put in place. It's time to recap our headlines. Police arrest 3 attempting to smuggle a drone and contraband into MSP. The top cop admits prisons remain a major concern.
Nationals denied re-entry during the pandemic win appeal and are awarded compensation.
In sport, under strength and inexperienced West Indies fall to the occasion, beaten by Nepal in 2.
And in the weather, isolated thunderstorms are expected over Trinidad again tomorrow.
As we leave you, let's remind you to stay connected with us on our social media platforms.
There you'll find tonight's stories, the latest updates and exclusive content, and don't forget to pick up a copy of the TNT Guardian newspaper.
We've come to the end of the 7 p.m. news on CNC3. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Maria Rambly.
Ryan Beecher.
I am Jassy Marik.
I'm Akram Prasad. Have a good night.
You're watching CNC3.